homeschooling is the most beneficial for kids. Fun fact, according to the Texas Homeschool Coalition, the percentage of students in Texas currently homeschooled is estimated to be just around 8 to 10%, and I believe that number should be higher. My name is Makenzie Hamilton, and today I will be giving you all a persuasive speech on why homeschooling is the best option for your child's development. I myself have been homeschooled for basically my entire life, and I've had many chances to try different learning styles. We will be discussing how homeschool gives children the ability to learn in their best learning style, have adaptable workloads, and how homeschooling gives children more free time and less time spent in the classroom. When you are homeschooled, you're able to pick the best learning style for your kids. You can get a lot of good information on choosing the best learning style for your child at www.parents.com. Learning in your style is very important because we all learn differently. Learning in the way that best suits you helps your child to absorb material better. Learning more effectively, it helps your students to learn material faster and process it at a faster pace. Learning in your best learning style creates confident students that are able to take in information and have a lesser chance of mental blocks. Finding the right learning style helps to keep kids engaged, and personally it made it easier for me to understand information. Homeschooling with the style that best fits each child also helps them better absorb the material that is customized to them. To me, it helped me be less calm and less stressed when learning new material, which resulted in me learning better and faster. Being able to learn in your preferred learning style creates a higher likelihood of success for every student. Additionally, on average, homeschoolers usually score higher than their public school peers, which I would accredit to being able to pick your own learning style. In the long run, it also helps to create confident, self-serving adults. Homeschooling offers the students the ability to have flexible workloads. When homeschooling, you gain the freedom to pick your own schedule. With public school, you're stuck with the typical 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. school schedule. No matter how fast a child could get their work done, they have to stay at school until 3 p.m. Whereas homeschoolers could start school at any time and finish within around 2 hours. Homeschoolers also have the freedom to set their own school schedule that best fits their family, meaning that a child could go all year round instead of having summers off and take breaks whenever fits their family's best. Homeschooling doesn't just mean doing school at home. You can take school with you anywhere. If your family wanted to take a month-long trip to Hawaii in the middle of the school year, it's very easy and possible to make that happen. I have a personal story about this, and while it's not nearly as glamorous as a month in Hawaii, the context of adaptable workload still stands. To simplify it just a little bit, my brother was born with a rare disease that caused him to be in and out of the hospital for the first 3 years of his life, which means that 3 hours away from home. So that means that I spent 3 years of my life as well, in and out of hospitals and waiting rooms, doing my homework whenever my mom had the free time to teach me. With my homework being in books, I was able to keep up with my schoolwork wherever I was. If it wasn't for the fact that I was homeschooled and that I was able to take my work anywhere with me, I would have fallen behind one grade, if not multiple grades. But thanks to being able to be homeschooled, I was able to work ahead of some of my other peers. Flexibility for unexpected life events and family events is something that homeschooling is really good for. Homeschooling also offers customizable paces and workloads. So the more flexibility you have means that you can move at a faster pace in one subject, and you can just skip the busy work and keep going. It also allows the ability to slow down and take time to better understand material that a child may be struggling with. So for instance, a child could be in 7th grade math, but be on a 9th grade reading level and be able to improve at different levels at different times. When most people think of homeschooling, they think of kids sitting alone at home by themselves, but that's not true. Homeschoolers also have the ability to create classes with their friends outside of just the homeschool setting. Most homeschooled students call this co-ops. What I believe is one of the most important parts of homeschooling is the fact that homeschoolers have more free time for extracurriculars and less time spent in classroom settings. The more free time children have away from class, the more time they have to focus on the things they're passionate about. Meaning that if they excel in a sport, they can devote more time to it, or if they like art, they have more time to practice. Homeschoolers have more time for extra practice and training times, which in turn can lead to them improving faster than their homeschool peers. Their flexible schedules also allow for things like travel teams and competition sports teams, which can be a struggle for families that are working around the public school system to find time for it. Homeschoolers are also blessed with the ability to spend more time with their family. With homework being done in a few hours during the day, it allows for more relaxing family time at the end of the day. So instead of spending hours working on math problems with your dad at the table, you can instead spend the time working on puzzles or playing a board game with your dad. Homeschooling also allows for more free time for family visits and vacations. It means bringing your school anywhere, so you could spend a week at your grandparents' house rather than just a weekend where you're then rushed back to school on Monday morning. In return, all the time that you get to spend with your kids means parents become the primary influence on their kids. It's hard to be the primary influence on your child when they spend hours upon hours every day listening to teachers who, no matter how much they try or don't try to not be biased, their bias will still show. And finally, homeschooling allows kids to be kids. The more influence you have in your child's life, the longer their childhood can last. Through homeschooling, you're able to avoid unwanted influence being brought to your child's attention before they're developmentally ready. Childhood goes by so fast, and homeschooling allows you to take it at a slower pace and helps you to enjoy their childhood. Homeschooling has many benefits that allow kids to excel in ways that best suit them. It gives flexibility and freedom to enjoy extracurriculars, all while putting a focus and importance on family. In conclusion, I hope that through this speech, I was able to persuade you into seeing the amazing benefits that homeschooling can provide for each child. The ability to find the best learning style for each child, the time that you get from adaptable workloads and focusing on their interests, and more time for free time. It gives children the time to explore life outside of the classroom. The average public school student spends about 30 hours a week in a classroom, plus 5 or more hours every week on homework. Kids only get one chance at childhood. Why have them spend it all in a classroom?